here. So we have another recipe to add to your table this season. Lydia Gwin of Gwin's Tiny Kitchen. Now, Lydia, this is a kale and Brussels sprout salad, correct?
It is. We could also market it differently and say it's a holiday slaw.
A holiday slaw.
A holiday slaw. It's got all the colors of Christmas, right?
Okay.
You got your green and your red. It'll pop on your plate.
And it's going to be so refreshing.
Easy.
I can already tell that it's going to be refreshing because the smell of it.
Yeah.
So take us through what we're starting with.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've kind of pre-built it, right? So this is shaved Brussels sprouts. It is kale. So here's the one thing about kale. Everybody detests kale in some way, shape, or form. It feels like you're chewing a cud, right? Yes. So if you grab a leaf of kale, and this is a really great thing for you to do if you're like wanting to get kids in the kitchen, anything like that. But the one thing with kale, when you go to manipulate it, right, when you go to do it, you don't have to, you could just basically just grab it and then give it a squeeze, right? Okay. Or if you have that relative that you're really angry at, just squeeze take it all out on the kale, right? And you see how it instantly starts to tenderize it.
So quickly, actually.
And so really all you want to do is just rip your kale and add it in, right? So then I've already got in the bowl there some pomegranate seeds. We have cranberries, and then we're going to add in some almonds and some other things. Now, here's the thing, friends, if you've got a little cheat code, right? If you're like, I don't have time, I've got to feed everybody.
The Brussels sprouts.
Right. There is a package already done that you can pick up at the grocery store, which is lovely because it already has cabbage, the kale, the Brussels sprouts in there. I like to add a little bit more kale to it, so you've got a little fresh crunch. And then the next thing we're going to do so we're going to take our onions, right? And here's the thing about onions. I love onions in my salad. Yes, right? I do too. But not everybody does. And part of it's just because of that robust flavor, that onions can have. So one great trick to doing that is actually to take your onions and let them sit a little bit in some vinegar. Oh, interesting. It softens them up. It takes that harsh flavor away. Right. And then that way too, when you go and you add it into your salad, it acts a little bit more like a nice little pop of brightness as opposed to it being this like really robust onion flavor, right? That then you're like, where are the breath mints? How can I pop this in, right? So
poor Auntie Clara, you know, having to smell that.
Of course.
The holiday table.
So then we have Parmesan cheese, which I put in there too. And then we have some almonds. Right, so we've got the green, we've got the red. You can put a little bit of almond in there, and then all we're going to do is make a honey and lemon vinaigrette to go on top. Okay, so we've already got lemon juice in there. So we have lemon juice in here. So how much honey are we putting in here? You know, how about this? I'll gauge the honey, and then if you want to grab the olive oil. And
seems like something I can't mess up.
Add that in there.
Okay. All right, so once we have that in there, what's our next move?
So then now it's the tossing. So we're going to take everything in here and we're going to add it into our dressing.
Oh, that's interesting. You kind of do the little reverse. I thought you were going to put that on top of that.
Yeah, that's the other little salad secret, right? You put all your toppings on the bottom and your dressing, and then that way, you know, whenever you go toss a salad and it's beautiful on top, and then you go to toss it and it all ends up on the bottom.
It all ends up on the bottom.
Right? Do it in reverse, and then that way your salad ends up being, one, well dressed, but two, all those beautiful toppings end up.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, that looks delicious.
It's nice.
I'm loving this.
It's bright. And then the one thing that I love to do and why I love to bring this is because when you think about the textures you have, right? We've got mashed, we've got full fat, we've got a lot of heaviness, we've got texture in here, we've got crunch, we've got brightness with the acid in there, so it kind of helps balance it out. And it makes you be like, I could go back for some more mashed potatoes.
I could totally go back. I love that. Well, Lydia Gwin, I mean, you are simply the best. Gwin's Tiny Kitchen. You can actually learn from her at the Kitchen Conservatory. She has plenty of holiday classes. All of that information is going to be right there on your screen. And again, you can find the recipe on kck.com/showme. We will be eating good this holiday season.